make sure on behalf of the Carolina Panthers that we thank Gaffney High School for being here. On a personal note, and I don't know, maybe 20 years ago, I was an assistant coach at Western Carolina. I remember going to Gaffney High School. I've always had a tremendous respect for that program. Coach Jones does a great job, defending state champions, and I thought it was great for our players and those young people to have a tremendous day together. So thanks for their participation, and it was fun for us. So it was really a cool day. So.
We noticed Terrace in a red jersey. Can you give us an update on him?
Yeah, he's got a lower leg strain right now, so it shouldn't be too long, but unfortunately he is out for a while.
JC going to be day-to-day kind of thing, or?
JC probably early next week.
Okay.
Sullivan?
The family matter. The death in the family.
Yeah.
I don't know. We got unfortunately he got the call late last night, so our thoughts and prayers are with Sully and his whole family.
And did JC have any kind of more soreness, Matt, that you were concerned?
No, it's just part of the whole protocol. And I hope you guys understand. I don't want to get into what they're doing, but they've taken some things and said, hey, give them a couple of days. And so I think we all feel really good about where it's headed.
Taking early next week, you said.
Yes, sir.
Coach Rhule, what does it mean to kind of give this opportunity to Gaffney to come out here and kind of see some of their heroes?
I think Coach Jones said it best at the end when he said, hey, you guys are living, talking to our players. He spoke to our players. He said, hey, you guys are living these guys' dream, and you're also living the dreams of so many kids across the United States. So we'd love to do it with everybody, but we want to support football at the highest level. We want to support the Carolinas. And so whether it's putting on a high school coaches clinic, whether it's the youth programs that we do, Riley Fields and Elise, they do an amazing job of just spreading football. I think it's a great game. I know sometimes parents wonder, hey, should my kids play football? I believe that if your kids want to play football, nothing teaches you more. So anything we can do to support it, we're going to do. And I think it's good for our guys. Sometimes, there's pressure and anxiety. Am I going to make the team? All these things. You get out here and you watch a bunch of young kids run around playing. You saw when they made a tackle, our defense went running out and they scored. CMC's down there dapping the kid up. That's what this game's all about.
When you look at these, high school students and they're having this ability to be out here, and you think back to when you were their age, what piece of advice would you have given yourself that you would want these kids to know as they move on in their football careers and their lives?
It's so deep. It's really deep. No, it's great. Shoot, I think the thing that if I could go back to the age I'd tell myself is that as you go along in life, things happen. You think that it's adversity. You think it's why did this happen to me? And you get to this point in your life, and you're a little bit older. And you look back at all these twists and turns in your life that you thought were bad. It's really this beautiful roadmap that leads you to where you're supposed to be. So, if I could say anything to them, it would be to treat people well, and everything that happens in life happens for a reason. And to try to take advantage of everything.
How do y'all feel about the rhythm with CMC getting the off days and then coming back out here, just with the vet days and everything? How do y'all feel like that's going?
I think it's going great. He's really comfortable in what we do, so he knows what we're doing. But at the same time, even yesterday, he had the day off, or the day before he had the day off, but we got a lot of high-speed yardage. We were able to run him, so I think the plan for him's a really good one.
Matt, how crucial would it be to have him for 17 games this season?
I want all of our players healthy, so Christian's a dominant football player, and he plays a high-contact, high percent of injury position, and we're going to put him out there and play him. And so look forward to him playing, and we're going to take game one and then game two, and we're not even thinking about game one right now. We're thinking about just right now. So we want to have all of our best players available as long as possible, but that's not this league. And the best teams overcome those injuries as the season goes on. You look to what the Rams did last year. Credit to Coach McVay, and they lose Woods, and someone else steps up. So, but I think we're all thinking about Christian one way only, and that's attack. We want him to go attack, and we support him.
Now, did you like when you heard that he proactively sought out Marshall Faulk's advice this offseason, talked to people like that?
I love it. Yeah, I want that for all of our guys. We want them to do all the unrequired stuff. We believe that good happens in the building, great happens outside the building. So, and for all of our players, we consult with everybody we can. Trying to make sure we have a plan, because every player is individual. So, Christian's done that for years, probably before even this. He has tremendous contacts, and so I lean on him. I'll say, hey, what did this guy say? What did that guy say? And same with many of our other players.
What's your satisfaction level with those guys behind him? What kind of camps have some of those reserve backs had?
Chuba's had an excellent camp. The biggest deal with Chuba, the year before we got him, he was coming off, had a high ankle, had the groin surgery. So last year his contact balance was just okay. Thought later in the year it got better and better and better. But the key with him right now is how good he is without the ball, in the passing game and in protections. And I think Chuba's growth in protections has been outstanding. We had a great personnel meeting yesterday, and that was really a point of emphasis. He can play on 4 special teams. He can carry the load at tailback, but he can also now add in that third down dimension. And then Deontay, we think, is a guy that can be a tone setter, can be a first and second downhill running back, can set the tone, can be in short yardage goal line, can run the football at a really high level.
Due to your injuries at defensive back, we're seeing Chris out there, Kalen rolling in at times. What are you learning about those 2 young DBs and their increased role?
Yeah, Chris Westry's a guy that's he's played in this league, so and we're excited about him. He has a knee that he has to manage, just from history. So we want to get him out there in those team reps and see what he can do. And he made a really nice play today. Sorry. Stern looks of DJ Moore and Shaq Thompson. And then Kalen, Kalen's a young player, 10 flats, 10 flats, 10 flat, 10 flat, but there's a lot more to this game than just being fast, and so he has a lot to learn. So those reps are really, really valuable for him.
Matt, we saw you rotate today, Hickey at left tackle alongside Brady, maybe a little more with the first group. Is that kind of the next step of the
Well, part of it was, Corbett was out today. Corbett had an ingrown toenail they had to remove, so he's out for a day. So they took it off yesterday. So Michael Jordan went over to right guard. But we've kind of now a couple weeks in, we're going to really see on tape. We're not going to do it based off of where anyone was drafted or what expectations are. We're going to do it off of tape. And so today was a good day to see those guys over there together. And Campy does a good job of rotating those guys around.
What are you seeing out of the tight ends? You've talked about hoping to get more involved in offense. What are you seeing?
I think they're doing a really nice job. Ian's had a good camp so far. There's a couple things technically that we're still working on with him, but I think he's much more comfortable and involved in the passing game. Tommy's a guy that it's just a race for consistency because he is so talented. Sully was having a great camp before he got hurt in the passing game, continuing to work with him in the run game. And Colin Thompson's had a really nice camp. Made a great catch down there. He's a guy that can do a lot of different things, and he's adding some production. And then Gio, that hybrid fullback tight end, excellent special teams player. So I think that it's always one thing when you're the coach, when you bring a new coach in. Talking to Ben after OTAs, he felt like that was one of the strengths of our offense was the tight end. And I think that's how we feel. And it's not any one guy, and maybe it's not just a ton of just stats, but it's just the versatility and what they allow us to do.
A few more guys.
Prioritizing emotionally with quarterback competition. It looked like Sam was succeeding very well in the red zone drills, and Baker was doing well in the 7-on-7s. What do you like to prioritize when you're evaluating?
Yeah, I think it's just a total thing. I do think obviously anytime you're in team periods, you have a rush around you. That's way more applicable than 7-on-7. 7-on-7 it's like, to me, it's not a competitive drill. It's a teaching tool that takes you to the team periods. You'd like to think that anybody who's going with the ones is going to, sometimes play a little bit better, but sometimes with the twos, we have a pretty good defense over there. So we just try to look at it straight across the board over time. And again, it comes down to, who can function within the scheme and has great scheme mastery, who has production, who leads the team, and then who takes care of the football, and then finally who manages the situations. Great quarterbacks show up in the red zone. They show up in 2 minutes. They show up on third down. So we're going to look at that over a long time and see sort of, but those are the areas we're looking at.
What have you thought about Davion Nixon's first couple of weeks? I know he was coming off that injury and everything.
I'm sorry. Davion has a tremendous amount of talent. He looks like he's getting back into form, healthy. It's just for him a matter of everything being serious and taking every day, maximizing every day. Sometimes young players, they can kind of have one good day. And so it's just, again, consistency from Davion of execution, because if Davion executes, if he has execution, it'll lead to production.
Matt,
you guys, Joe, then Ellis, then we got
the decision to cut Fletcher yesterday and presumably roll with JJ.
Yeah, I think JJ's done a tremendous job, and we feel like, hey, that's gives us the best chance to win moving forward. That being said, I think Fletch is going to play a long time in this league, and it felt like it was the right time for him just to enable him to go find another team. We just kind of said, hey, this is the battery we're going to go with, and that's where we are right now.
Thank you, Coach. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.